Hey guys, this is the follow-up video on the Realme C3's gaming review. So this is the follow-up based on what the questions we get in the video. People were asking about the frame rate dropping, whether the gyroscope works, what are the gaming options available on this phone. So we are going to show you all that in this particular video. So we tried to show you how good the gaming chipset on this one is. The Helio G70. It's a entry-level chipset for gaming phones, and probably this makes the Realme C3 one of the best gaming phones under 8,000 rupees. If you are totally on a budget and still want to have a phone that does enough with the games like PUBG Mobile. So it's SD and high. Let's go to smooth and ultra for the 40 FPS frame rate, and let's do a hot drop again. So while this is starting up, let's also go and download the GFX tool. Since I just remember we also had that request from users to see if it can pump the frame rate to more than what is possible in the phone directly. So I'm sure it would be able to handle the GFX tool, but still let's see if it is actually able to do that. So you'll be able to see the frame rates here, and the main question now, turning on the gyroscope. I felt earlier that the gyroscope was not that good. Now turning it to always on. So you see there's certain lags here. It isn't as smooth as you see on the high-end phones, which is expected here. See, there's that delay. You can clearly see the delay here. It's just about half a second when it actually goes to the direction where you intended to. So gyroscope, it won't work really well. Still, I'll show you that in the gameplay as well. You can see it's not the swiftest. There are certain delays for the gyroscope to work here, but this is all to just give you a quick demo of how things are. We'll also go into the GFX tool and try to change things. Doesn't matter if we die, it's just that I need to restart the game after the GFX tool and play it again on the higher clock speeds. So gyro, it should be almost real time, but that is not happening here. The first question about the frame drops, there are a few frame drops for sure, but not many. So that's okay. Now let's quickly go to the GFX tool and try to set it up for a higher frame rate. I know it's quite a lot to ask from this particular chipset because it's actually entry-level chipset. It's able to handle things quite smoothly so far. I do tell you that, but offering a 60 FPS and still not lagging would be something very surprising and interesting here. Let's see if it is able to handle it. But for now you can see that on the ultra frame rate it did well. Gyroscope, I'm certain that it's not good enough for someone who's a pro player who still wants to use one of the budget phones. So gyroscope is not that good on this phone. So we'll turn off the gyroscope for now and we'll move on to see the frame rates once we restart the game. So I'm not sure even if it would be able to offer that. Let's now restart the game once. So with the GFX tool, after activating it let me go back, GFX tool, and 0.116.5 is the version that we have here. Trying it to smooth and 60 FPS, we'll have the rendering quality to low for now and accept it. Now even if we go to the game, it doesn't give you that option of smooth plus extreme. So for sure you can't play at 60 FPS. 40 FPS is what you get, but that is even on balanced. So on balanced you get that option, which is a good thing. Now let me go and turn on the frame rate tester as well. So I'll play the game once again. This is on balanced, not on smooth. So on balanced, whether it's able to do the same performance like it was on the smooth. Let's check that out. On the ultra frame rate you get about 40 FPS. Also I'll do a quick screen recording for you to see if the audio is well recorded or not. So here there's a bit of a lag initially, and still the frame rates are good. Lag was because of the ping speed going low. Now for the options you have a screen recorder. Let's allow that. Now tap to change settings. So let's check out the settings as well quickly. So you have the option of recording the system sound or recording the microphone sound. So you have either of this, not both of them together. System sound, let me do that first, and video resolution, you can capture it at 1080p even though the phone has a resolution of 720. So 40 Mbps is what it would do. And let's now quickly start the recording. So it has started recording the video. You can pause it and you can stop it. There are two options. You don't have the option of turning on the microphone in this one. Interestingly, let's also turn on the in-game mic while we are doing this. So the in-game mic is turned on. Now let me go stop the video recording and let me check out the preview. Anyway, we would be jumping towards the end. Let me check the preview now. This is the preview of the video that was captured. So you can talk to your teammates while the game audio is recorded, but you won't be able to capture anything that you were talking. So that is one thing. Now let me go to the same recording and now let me turn on the microphone. So this is how we'll be capturing it now. Let's try to do a hot drop anyway. It doesn't matter about the ranking or whatever it is. For now let's go ahead. The frame rates are too slow or too low because it might be recording the video, and that is why it might be that case. Let me turn off the video recording here. So the video recording is done. Now the frame rates are back to 40 FPS, which is normal and pretty good. And this is on balanced, not on smooth, so it's able to handle those things pretty well. But you can see there are certain lags here, frame dropping that is happening. But on balanced you can see the graphic quality is actually better, so someone who actually wants this, they would love to check this out. So while we are here, let me also now go check that video which we had recorded, and let's see if things are any different here. Try to do a workout anyway. It doesn't matter about the ranking or whatever it is. For now, let's go ahead. The frame rates are. So what is happening here is the game's audio that is coming out of the speakers is also getting captured. So that's a good thing. But once you turn on the microphone here, what will happen is it would stop recording the game audio as well. So that is one disadvantage, which is common with the Realme phones. You would have seen the Realme UI's features earlier that we had talked about, which is the same here. So far I hope you understood what we are trying to show you here. Firstly, about the frame rates, which are pretty well maintained under the balanced and high frame rate. On smooth and high it was much better than this. Of course there are some issues here, not so much, but still there are issues which are worth mentioning. But otherwise the gyroscope as well. Let me turn on the gyroscope once again, just to show you how there are delays in that. So it's not that smooth, it's a bit delayed, so not that good if you ask me. The gyroscope performance is, and to be frank, we are talking about a phone that is totally just under 7,000 rupees, and in this price range expecting everything from a phone that is having a good chipset already is too much to ask. So I'd say that it's quite a good performer again, but if you're someone who uses gyroscope, I won't really suggest this phone for you. It does have gyroscope and it does function, but it doesn't work the way you want it to. It won't have that quick moving or quick response from the gyroscope. There would be a certain delay which you would be noticing in this video. So that's it in this video about the gaming and the gyroscope usage, the GFX tool, whatever the possible settings through that are. Before we end the video, the last thing is this one. Let me again pull this out, and recording screen. While we are recording the microphone audio, which is the setting right now, let me turn on the in-game audio. So this is the in-game microphone turned on. Let's see if everything is captured or not. That's what is important. Turning it off. Now tap to view this video. In the microphone audio, which is the setting right now, let me turn on the in-game audio. So you can see here it completely went silent. So if you are actually recording the microphone audio here, what happens is, let me pull this out once again. There's a bit of a delay there. So in this we have the microphone sound turned on, and when you have this turned on, you can't turn on the in-game mic. So that is a problem here. So with the in-game recording as well, the Realme phones, just like the Xiaomi phones, every phone has its own limitation, and that is because of the Android's limitations there. So that's it in this video. I hope you understood, and I hope I answered most of the questions that you had in the actual gaming review of the Realme C3. We'll link to that video if you haven't checked it out in the description below, and I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.